Good afternoon. Welcome to this yoga class that will feature using the wall in a few unique ways. So we'll begin on our backs with our head to the wall. Inhale, splay the fingers and toes. Exhale to squeeze, hands into fist, squeeze, toes together. Inhale, splay. And exhale to squeeze. Inhale, splay. Exhale, squeeze. A few more, warm up the hands and the feet. Breath matches movement. One more inhale as you splay, and roll wrists and ankles. Reverse. And from here, hug those knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Make little circles with the knees in one direction and the other. From here, return the feet to the earth, slide the legs long, arms come overhead, long body stretch where we press the palms into the wall. And sense your front line lengthen as you point and flex the toes. You give them a wiggle. Flex through the feet. Maybe press a little further from the wall and just come onto the fingertips. Notice the length in the front line. Then circle the arms round as you bring the palms together. Thumbs at the sternum. I greet you here in all living things, and namaste. From here, roll over onto your belly. So you face the wall. Cactus, the arms 90-degree angle, head can be down as you roll the shoulders back. And maybe you just lift the arms, the head could stay down. Or roll the shoulders back, lift the arms and torso, head rises. Inhale, exhale to lower, soften the shoulders completely. Roll them back as you inhale, lift through the arms and torso. And lower. As you do this action, just continue to repeat, press the legs evenly into the earth, and maybe don't come up very high, depending on health of the lower back. We want the core to be engaged here. One more time, lift, and allow the hands to come down, slide them in closer to the body, press yourself up into a tabletop, adjust the knees under the hips as needed, and arch the spine and round. Just want to awaken the body before we do some of this wall work. Arch and round. So if you like this, and then come to neutral with the back, extend the right leg out, and then pull it in as you curl through the spine. Extend, reach, and curl. A few more like this, reach, and curl, and bring that leg through between the hands. And roll up through the spine. Arms can reach as you rotate toward the right or the lead leg. And return to center, other way. One more each side as we rotate. Rotate open. Reach those arms up into the sky. And then hands can come down as we deepen the lunge. And then lengthen that lead leg and flex the toes. And then deepen the lunge. You may need to adjust this foot a little bit. For me, for my height, it's about halfway center of mat. Adjust that foot so that you think that when you come up, your hands will just touch the wall. Tuck the back toes here. Lift that back leg off. You can come onto the forefoot as you lengthen the lead leg for a moment. More inhale. And exhale to bend the lead knee so you can creep the hands forward and bring them to the wall. And again, you might need to adjust a little bit through that right foot. From here, you can curl that left knee in and extend and curl and extend. Press into the wall. This is our warrior 3 with the wall as a support. See if you can create one long line here. And then once you have that, take your right hand down and stack the left hand above it. So you can open up your side body toward the left into your half moon with the support of the wall. If the hips don't feel good, adjust the leg, the bottom leg. And come back into your warrior 3. And then from here, see if you can bend that right leg just slightly so that you can use the wall as a support to bring that left leg through. And maybe you balance for a moment. And then step forward toward the wall. Hands can come to the wall. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to slide them down. Make sure your head doesn't hit the wall. And come all the way down. Into the forward fold on this side. Bend that lead knee as that right shin comes down. And take this left leg back behind you, lengthen it out, and then curl the knee in as we did on the other side. Lengthen and curl. And you press through the hands, 2 more. Last one, press that heel away, feel that length. And then again, pull that leg through and plant the foot. And from here, rise up through the torso, arms reach overhead and rotate toward the left. Arms can open. Torso returns to center, arms reach, and rotate the opposite way. One more each side. Tune into the breath here. Then arms reach up as the hands then return to the earth. Adjust as you need here to be able to lengthen that left leg, toes toward nose. Slide that leg in slightly or step it in maybe to around the center of mat, depends on your height. So you're gonna have to play with this as you pop the back knee off the earth. Walk the hands forward so they can land on the mat or on the wall. Extend that right leg. Find parallel here as best you're able. Breathe, inhale, and exhale to curl that right knee in. And lengthen the leg. And pull it in. And press. Pull it in. Press. And then from here, rotate open toward the right this time. So the left hand is below the right one as they stack. And those bottom toes are facing the wall. One more inhale and exhale to slide those hands back to side by each, maybe in line with the shoulder. And see if you can bend that right leg or that right leg and the left one a little bit so that you can come up, maybe with support of the wall. And step that right foot forward. Lengthen through the crown, lengthen through the right leg, and slide the hands along the wall as you pour yourself forward. Right hip pulls back slightly into its socket. More inhale here. And then exhale to bend the lead knee and allow also the left one to bend, shin to come down. And we'll take that leg and sweep it in behind the body. And then just plant the foot and allow the other knee perhaps to come off the earth, or the right knee could join the left one. And from here, see if you can bend your elbows and lower down onto your belly. Perhaps come into a high cobra. And roll back down to slide those hands closer to the body, widen the knees, hips to heels, child's pose. More inhale here, and exhale to slide those hands in. Bring the hands behind the body, unleash one leg and then the other, and we'll walk our way over, toward the wall. Land the bottom and allow the feet to come to the wall, knees in line with the hips. You might need to play a little bit too with your distance from the wall to make sure it feels really comfortable. Could have the feet also on the earth and do the same sequence. From here, still through the head, heavy it as you lift the hips up and lower. Lift and lower. Just a few more like this. Engage the glutes. Press the feet actively into the wall. Should engage all your stabilizers. Support the pelvic floor, activation, lift. And maybe even with the leg lifted, right leg extends, cross it over, open up the knee as best you can with this top foot flexed, and slowly, slowly, slowly lower the hips. And here we are in figure 4, just as needed. Perhaps you need to slide your bottom closer to the wall if you need more intensity in the stretch sensation, or further away if it's too much. You could also have this foot planted, or again, that traditional clasp of the bottom thigh. More inhale here, and exhale to lift the hips, extend the right leg, maybe even set it down on the wall for a minute, the heel, lift and lower the heel to the wall, lift and lower. Lift it toward you, lower the hips, hands come to either the back of the leg, just never on the knee, as you pull nose, or not nose, toes toward nose. And this other foot could be planted if you don't like it on the wall. More inhale here, and exhale, allow that heel to come to the wall. Just relax for a moment, maybe extend both legs, wiggle through the toes. And then again, return to this bridge position, almost like a squat on the wall, lift and lower. You might need to adjust your distance from the wall too if you went in a little bit closer for your figure 4. A few more. 2, 1, lift, left leg extends, flex through the foot and cross the ankle. Inhale and exhale to lower, lower, lower the hips. And again, you could scooch toward the wall as needed to intensify the stretch. Tune into sensation, to this moment. Inhale and exhale to press those hips up. Unleash that leg, allow the heel to come to the wall and lift to hip height or in alignment with the hip. Lower, lift, lower, lift. One more time, heel comes to the wall, then toes toward the nose, lower the hips, clasp the hands around perhaps the upper or the lower half of the leg. Sense into the back line. One more inhale, and exhale, allow that left heel to come to the wall. Maybe the right one joins it. Again, externally, internally rotate, or slide the feet up and down the wall just for sensation. And you might scoot yourself a little closer for a tucked rotation where the legs will go slide to the left with the feet on the wall. To just a little bit here. Inhale and exhale. Use the core, use your strength to bring the legs back to center and allow them to drape the opposite way, maybe with the feet still in contact with the wall. Inhale and exhale, feet slide up the wall. And you can scoot yourself a little closer for this. Options. I don't have the room, but you could bring your legs, maybe I barely do, into a V on the wall, or perhaps you bring the soles of the feet together, slide the sides of the foot down the wall. You may need to adjust a little bit here, put a bit of pressure on the knees. So you might want to scooch backward a little for this wall cobblers. Or inhale and exhale, close the knees like a book. And you might extend the legs up the wall. If this is close enough for you, you could scoot yourself closer to the wall as well. Some people like to have their hips really, really tight to the wall. So they might sit up, bring their bottom to the wall, swing the legs up. And this could be where you take your savasana, or could lengthen yourself out and have the soles of your feet against the wall, just for this sense of grounding, right? The floor and the wall both connected to the earth, both grounded in some way. You are supported. Let the shoulders melt, let the head heavy. Let the brain be flushed clean, reversal of gravity. Let it all out through the back body and let it go deep into the earth. Whatever does not serve. The lava core. Let it be burned up and repurposed. Round through more breaths. And feel free to continue your savasana and let the video play through. Online, we keep them a little shorter. And feel free to just stay. Or if the legs are up the wall, they can come down as you scooch yourself back on your mat to maybe lie flat. That didn't work out very well. Here we go. With the feet against the wall. Wiggle the fingers and toes. You can piano them. The toes against the wall. Even the fingertips against the ground. Then take a long body stretch. Come onto the toes and you might push away a little more from the wall. We're going to yawn, let it become real. until you're ready to roll onto your favorite side. Tiny little ball. Or you press yourself up. Just seated with your back, maybe even against the wall. I always like to show this once in a while, just because a lot of us don't think to meditate with our backs against the wall, or even a little cushion underneath us, a small cushion end to tilt the pelvis forward for our lower backs, and the wall as a support. Sometimes it can be hard to condition our bodies to sit in this fashion, but that can support us. And from here, hands can come to the heart center. And perhaps you join me in Om Shanti Shanti Om. Inhale. Exhale, ha. Inhale part way. And chant. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for practicing with me today. It was a short one, but hopefully you saw a few different ways to practice using the wall. If you like this practice, check out my channel. There's the odd wall practice in there, and I'll add slowly to the library. Sat Nam, and have a great day.